All right, going to look at the Muslim invasion of India. So the impact of Islam was felt even farther east than Turkey and Persia, which we just talked about with the Ottomans and the Safavids. So as early as the 8th century, Muslim invaders reached the Indus River Valley, uh, and by entering and coming through the Khyber Pass, which we talked about in the past already, and into India, into the subcontinent. So here's the Khyber Pass over here, a low-lying area that allowed people to travel through the mountains and then come into India. All right, so Muslim invasions. Turkish Muslims invaded India's northern plains, destroying Hindu temples and cities. If you remember back to one of the things we said about the Islamic religion is that they don't believe in having representations of people or gods and things like that. That's why they use a lot of geometry in their art. So that's kind of the thing that they did, is they would destroy these temples and these statues of gods, because that was just part of their religion. So historians believe large numbers of Hindus were tragically killed in these Muslim invasions. Muslims established independent kingdoms in northern India known as sultanates. So the most important sultanate was established around 1200 in Delhi, so the Sultanate of Delhi. And for the next 320 years, the sultans of Delhi ruled much of northern and central India. So unlike prior conquerors, the Muslims never adapted to any of the Indian ways. So, for example, Muslim women still wore veils and remained secluded, even though Hindu women did not. So they kept their cultures and societies separate. So at the end of the 14th century, the Mongol ruler Tamerlane came in and destroyed the city of Delhi and slaughtered its inhabitants. And the Sultanate of Delhi never fully recovered from the invasion of Tamerlane. So the Mughal Empire, in 1526, Babur, the descendant of Tamerlane and Genghis Khan, defeated the Sultan of Delhi and founded the Mughal Empire. Although the name was taken from Mongol, the Mughalis were Muslims with close ties to the Safavids. And if you remember, the Safavids are Shiites. So the Ottoman and Mughal empires used guns to control their populations and to fight their enemies. So historians often refer to the Ottoman and the Mughal empires as the gunpowder empires. The most famous Mughal ruler was Babur's grandson, Akbar the Great, which is right here. Here's Akbar. Akbar conquered neighboring Muslims and Hindu states, uniting northern India under his rule. He tried to unite all Muslims and Hindu subjects by promoting religious toleration. So, he didn't think that there has to be an official religion. He believed that both religions could actually live together. He ended the special taxes that Hindus paid, and he made use of Hindu officials in his government. So well-trained imperial officials were sent to supervise local governments, enforce laws, and ensure the collection of taxes. Akbar also encouraged learning, painting, music, and literature. So this is why he becomes Akbar the Great. There's some different pictures of Akbar. Akbar when he's a child, so they kind of make him look like an adult, but just smaller. Akbar's grandson, Shah Jahan, actually changes a lot of things. He had less sympathy for the Hindus, and he went back and reimposed the special taxes on them, and he started to destroy the Hindu temples again. So in the northwest and in the northeast, many of the people converted to Islam. So some of these people who were Hindus changed their religion to avoid paying the taxes, and the other ones converted because they were in a lower caste, and in Islam, everyone's equal. So this is a way to get out of the caste system, the Hindu caste system, and go into a new religion where the people were considered all equal. So under Jahan's rule, Mughal artists and architectural achievements reached a high point. Jahan built palaces, fortresses, and mosques to glorify his reign. And of course, the most famous and the most beautiful of the buildings is the Taj Mahal, which you see here on the right, which is a tomb built for his wife. And it stands as one of the finest examples of Mughal architecture, which is a combination of Persian, Islamic, and Indian styles. So although the Mughals continued to rule in the north in 1857, a series of small independent kingdoms developed in central and southern India. Soon afterwards, the Mughal Empire fell apart. So here's the Taj Mahal. Beautiful picture of the Taj Mahal. Here's another beautiful picture of the Taj Mahal. And then this is what you'll find if you go a little bit farther away from the Taj Mahal. It's kind of a sad thing. All right, so Sikhism. Sikhism developed in northern India as a result of the combination of the two religions coming together, so Muslim and Hindu beliefs. Like Hindus, Sikhs believe in reincarnation, but like Muslims, they believe in one God, so they are monotheistic. And that God can be known through meditation, a deep form of contemplation. So meditation comes from the Hindus. So the goal of every Sikh is to build a close and loving relationship with God. Sikhs believe that everyone is equal in the status in the eyes of God, so they don't have the caste system. And Sikhs scripture teach the idea of moderation, urging followers to eat little, sleep little, talk little, and consume as little as possible. Unlike Hindus, Sikhs do not have the caste, and it's customary for Sikhs of every social rank to eat their meals together, to kind of show that everyone's equal. Sikh men do not cut their hair. Which is often worn under a turban. So this is the turban here.